dig the funky countdown music. Yeah. So we're back. Screaming tonight. Low key. Everybody's tired. It's a rainy day. Yeah. But we're going to play some BX Dungeons and Dragons nonetheless. Tonight, let's go down from the top of the list here. Richard, who are you playing?
Hi there, I'm not Loki, I'm Thor. And tonight I will be playing Scrimbleshanks, the halfling who is on a level 5. So yeah.
Who's decidedly nothing like Thor. Nothing.
I mean, he once used a hammer.
Well, this is true. We'll give him that. Dion, back tonight.
Hello, I'm Dion. Tonight I'm playing Stoltein Reinbach the 7th. The level 5 magic user.
You should be a different generation every time and see if we notice.
Go listen to the podcast and you'll find out.
I could have sworn he was like the third one time.
Yeah.
Third, seventh, he just murders his way up the list is how it works. Jameis.
Playing Galen Rayhorn, the 8th level Cleary Elf Priest. Because we can be an elf and a priest in this system, thanks to Bert.
Yes, this is true. Well, Bill, who you got?
Yep, I'm Bill. I am playing Radnor the Large. He is a level 9 magic user. And he is very large.
Yes, he is. Especially now since, he's not a free-floating burning skull. That was a thing. It was a thing at one
Those
time.
were the days.
Yeah. So, there was a lull, or is a lull, between your last adventure and tonight. Galen and crew successfully unikified his one of his goddess's sites, one of his ancient sites for his goddess, rededicated. Minor, small problem of freeing a demon that had been trapped, probably accidentally. There probably wasn't a good reason it was trapped there for hundreds and thousands of years. It couldn't have been a good reason. Somebody probably just forgot, turned off the lights, forgot he was down there.
Yeah, always meant to let him out like 5 years, but paper slipped through the cracks, and the next thing you know,
somewhere there's an ancient deity sitting down in the forest about to sip her cup of coffee, and it's like, there's something I forgot. Yeah, something like that. Dion wasn't here with us last time, so his character Stoltheim went on ahead to Penhalgion to do a little, elbowing with the higher ups, seeing what you could do about securing some labor to, fix up that dingy little village that's yours now. I mean, it's in a great location, trade route wise. It just, needs some spiffying up, needs some people brought in, needs some serfs for your farms, that sort of thing. And of course, that just helps your tax base. So there's that. Securing laborers again. You're going to need some stonemasons if you're going to build any structures that'll stand the test of time. Like, of course, your ale house has got to, that's got to be there forever, surviving nuclear fallout and everything. Which, it's not impossible in Mystara, nuclear fallout.
Actually, yeah, we've actually come close to that already.
Yeah, a few times. So, after the events of your last adventure, the rest of you have gone to find Stoltheim and Penhalgion. And let's see here. You're going to be coming in from the north. So you guys are coming in from the north gate. You set this to arrive. This is not the first time the party has been here, although no, Radnar was there at the time. Do believe this is where you guys got sucked into Ravenloft.
We lost
Oh my God,
and
it
took over
is.
the entire company.
Yeah.
I've never been here before then.
This is
I know
where
you-
base of operations is.
There is a base of operation here, yes. The Green Company does have a small holding here.
Is this where we were originally from? Because
No.
what's her face stayed here? Magpie.
Magpie was here. This was before she became the
Oh, okay.
the
okay.
leader.
All right,
the
that's
Green
what I was
Company.
wondering. I was like, well, she stayed behind. Okay, yeah.
No,
I
no, no.
gotcha.
She was left behind.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to do. I'll take over the
It
Green
was a
Company. What the hell?
strategic advantage.
Exactly.
Huh.
After she kicked you all through a portal and took over, that doesn't
Yeah.
sound ominous at all.
Oh,
Meh.
Someone else is in charge of all the paperwork.
Right.
We were gone for a year or so why not?
And then she immediately sent us down a hole, which sent us away for a couple of years as well.
Yeah.
She's not trying to get rid of us.
Nope. Not at all. Not like you're an embarrassing part of her past that she would like to forget and bury deep. Nothing like that.
It's not as if 2 members of that party are now disappeared and not currently traveling around. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 2 others left to get rid of. So,
That's
Subtle.
true, actually. Yeah.
so what dangerous mission does she want to send us on today?
Well, again, this isn't the seat of the government. Actually, a little info dump, Dion. While you were here, you learned some interesting things about this area, especially since you are a newcomer to these lands in its entirety. We're going to flip over to the main map for just a second so I can illustrate. So Penhalgion is the furthest large estate and certainly the most defensible estate to the Duke's barony. So if you look where the estate of Penhalgion is, notice it's the estate of Penhalgion. There's a reason behind that. And Specularum, which is the furthest southern point that is a defensible walled city. The Duke's Road runs from one through to the other. The Duke's Road Keep. This is also an interesting thing. Castellan Keep, way up here. That's Keep on the Borderlands, by the way. That's where that is. The Duke's Road runs through Penhalgion. Penhalgion was an older city, Trolladarin, that was kind of taken over and built upon. It was used as a staging ground for the northernmost expansion of the Duke's Road, and then later on became a walled city and has one of the most impressive castles this side of Specularum. The reason it's the estate of instead of the barony of is that the late Duke Arturus was never granted the baron status. He is of the Duke's kind. He didn't come across with the Duke to begin with. He actually was a friend of the Duke's, but when the Duke came here to take these territories, he decided not to come along, thinking that the Duke would fail. When the Duke didn't fail, when Stephen actually was doing very well here, he did eventually come over. But because of that, Duke Stefan withheld the title of Baron and instead gave him an estate there. Now, the current lady, while she holds something of a grudge, is very politically motivated and is hoping that she will receive a dukedom, that she will be elevated to that status. So this is the northern defense of Duke Stefan's kingdom, essentially. The Duke's Road runs through the city. It's very defensible. And then the major riverway runs just outside of that as well. Let me get us back to the map here. There we go. Okay, so from North Gate to South Gate, the Duke's Road goes through the city, and as you can see the way it's made out, there's a nice little murder kill zone for any invaders that decide to breach a gate. They are going to be subjected to a lot of archers before they can get into the city proper. The river is well defended by a navy, as well as many fortifications along the coastline as well. The city is divided roughly. The halves are on the west side of the Duke's Road, or east side of the Duke's Roads. The commoners, or the have-nots, are on the west side of the Duke's Road, kind of caught in between the river. But even the have-nots in this city are not particularly destitute or poor. They have homes, though small. They're still decent homes. They're not starving. So in general, the public works of the city works fairly well. Your lowest person on the social order here are laborers. foresters, generally loggers. The upper end, this is the main merchant route for the Derekeens coming into Duke Stefan's kingdom. So there are a lot of merchants that pass through here, as this is the first major trade hub that you reach from across the mountains. So most of their money is made that way. Now, having been here before, some of you know that there is a toll at the gate. If you're a merchant, they assess 1% of the goods that you hope to sell. If you're a commoner, it's a copper piece. If you were a warrior or someone looking for work that is skilled labor, or an adventurer, it's a silver piece. 5 silver pieces if you wish to bring your weapons into the city. If you remember from last time, you may bring weapons into the city. Brandishing them is generally a no-no, but you may carry them with you for a tax. 5 silver pieces a head. But there we go. If you choose not to pay that, the guards will keep your weapons at the outside of the gates. You're given a token. You can collect it on your way out. And this is their way of basically of helping to enforce the peace. Of course, it generally just means that wealthy people will have weapons and those not so wealthy don't.
I left my weapon at the gate.
Yes. Actually, you would have come in as a dignitary from Duke Stefan, so you don't have to you don't have to pay nor relinquish your weaponry.
Okay. What's my title with this contract that I have for the land?
It is, well, that's a good question. I initially had given you a barony, so you'd be a baron.
Baron. Okay, good. I was worried I was going to be considered a duke, and that this lady who was mad and butthurt that she's not a duke is going to meet me. Okay.
Yeah,
Baron's fine.
You're a land baron, right?
I need to make sure.
Technically, you're the same status of her. You have the estate of Stoltholm, or whatever it was called. I forget now.
Stoltholm. I like that.
Right. So the first day was all the pleasantries. You got to meet the lady, you got to meet her staff, and basically just relayed the fact that you have been granted this barony to the north of her, and that you're seeking to expand, etc. I mean, you're welcome civilly enough. Next week they are having a fete, however that's pronounced, a gathering, which you are invited to, of course. But until then, you're just waiting out time. You have inquired about getting some aid in building and developing out your village. Still waiting on that. Probably checked in with the Green Company's headquarters, although you may not. Did you join the company?
I did.
You did? Okay, so you might have checked in.
I'm going to go in and schmooze with them. Oh, fellow Green Company members. Ah, yes, it is I.
Scrumbleshanks hasn't joined the Green Company yet, has he?
Nope.
Still hasn't signed that final piece.
I was going to last week, but yeah, then you dragged me off on an adventure as I was about to sign that last form. Never
Exactly.
mind.
But since then, you have been whiling away your time in a little den of inequity that a lot of the wealthier merchants and upper class seem to very much enjoy here. Sorry, I didn't write down the name of it. I gotta find it again. Come on. Oh, I need to
Bob's
bookmark this.
Dungeon. No?
No, not quite. It's a bathhouse that functions as a banquet hall and as a gathering spot, a general day spa, we'll say, in the area. I will find the name of it later, but that's where you've been spending most of your time, in the bathhouses. Right, so when the rest of the party comes to the north gate, what's the first thing you want to do? You really don't have, unless you sent a runner ahead of you, you're not here on a formal to see the lady. That's supposedly what Stoltheim has been doing. So what do? Say you arrive during the day. You can pay the tax if you wish, or you can just simply show your writ, which will get you in.
Could I have left a message of like my compatriots that might come after me within the next week?
Sure, you want to leave it at the gatehouse? That's fine.
Yeah, I'd be like, there's one who's like a really large wizard. And he calls himself Radnar.
You
And
can
then
just say
there's
that
this,
it's a group from the Duke, the Duke Stefan's company.
I just describe all of
I
them.
Yeah.
There's an
wouldn't
elf
trust us to
cleric,
announce ourselves that way.
and then there's a small child that says he's a halfling. I don't know what that is.
So an artist sits down and sketches these out, and so they got them posted by the gates, looking
Hey,
suspiciously
look at those two guys.
like wanted, wanted
I
posters.
want them.
We should
Just
have
word it
shirts.
badly.
We should have shirts made with that on it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
The town is roughly 4,000 people, swelling to 6,000 to 7,000 during the heavy trade months, which is not now. Population is 90% human, 2/3 of them being the Trolladaran working class here. Of the remaining 10%, mostly made up with dwarves and gnomes, especially since there's a huge dwarven enclave not very far from here.
yeah.
Are there just 200 beds which lay empty, or do they camp outside the area, or
So the gates close at sundown. They will not open the gates for any reason after sundown. So to be polite for people that arrive late, unexpectedly so, they have places for people to be somewhat defended and to not be
Stones
exposed to the
throw
weather.
in, for example, down south.
okay?
But yeah, there's a little community on the outside just in case
Alright,
you
yes,
get stuck.
there is. I hadn't seen
I'm
it.
thinking like
Yeah, alright.
lean-tos on golf courses when it rains.
A little bit more established than that. There are a few inns out there actually, and there's some few farming houses as well, just outside the
There you go.
gates.
Stolheim and Vint Golf.
And I do believe that the guild hall is. I thought I marked it here, but I didn't. But it's. Give me a second.
We did establish somewhere for it. I can't remember where. It's been a long time since it's been at Penhalgion.
It's right along the road that has all the bars. Yeah, so like it's right in this area.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
They put us on the bad side of town for one.
Oh, of course, because rents are cheaper. Because Magpie is the one paying for everything. She's
With
budget
gold
minded. Budget
that
minded.
we acquired. Well, not me.
Have you met us? I want to say we're good people.
That's actually a piece of lore of Penhalgion is that it boasts to have more ale houses than homes because its genesis of being all of the road workers used this as their base of operation as the road was being built. And so after a hard day of cracking stone and laying brick, you want to drink and winch. And so therefore, it has
Laying
More-
pipe by day, laying pipe
more
by night.
ale houses per capita.
There's maybe 100 shops in my little parade of shops out here, and there are 4 pubs there. So can't quite boast.
It's kind of like a college town. Virginia Tech, they used to have this thing called the crawl. If you were a freshman there, whenever you were old enough, there was a map where you would start at one end of town, reach the other one. In between, there are 36 bars.
Nice.
Yeah, we have stuff like that here too.
Yeah.
When we pub crawl, we mean it.
Oh yeah.
By the way, Dion, we got 100 bits last week. None of us bothered to note it down. So
Yeah, we
2
did.
more
I
rerolls.
noted it down somewhere.
did you? I didn't note
Yeah.
anything down.
I didn't see
pretty
it in
sure.
bits and stuff or whatever it is. So
Yeah,
But
2
I
rerolls
have-
from Cap, 19th of the 8th,
Okay.
2020. 2
wait, where was that?
Mm.
bits and stuff.
Oh, at the very top it said 0 rerolls.
Really?
Oh, it's further
Why-
down. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I just put it on there and so that we got that. Anyway,
That's what happens when your bookkeeper is absent.
exactly.
So, yes, I will say headquarters is just in here somewhere. It's actually very close to the City Watch headquarters. So Penhalgion has a large standing army, They actually boast a knightdom here. The castle is called the Castle of the Three Sons, and they have the knighthood, the Order of the Three Sons as well. So they have heavy cavalry as well as infantry here. But the town watch is not quite so lucky. It's basically conscripts and folks that keep the peace. not nearly as soldierly as the
Now,
standing.
is that a proper police force, or is that the thing where we're going to pay you to keep the peace so there's no disruption of peace in my store?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Not going to lie. Depends on which side of the Duke's Road you're living on.
Hmm.
Heavy wizard counts as heavy cavalry, I think.
Good to know.
They just shout fireball a lot, and that's
Hey, it works.
it does. It does. Okay, so you're there. You time it just so that you get there early in the afternoon. Few merchants along the way. This is still you're still months off from the beginning of the heavy trade season, but there's always some trade, no matter the time of year.
What sort of trade is this area?
It's mostly Darrakeens coming down from the mountains to the north and coming into the kingdom itself. Trade in between happens, but it's mostly done by ship from us to them because it's logs, it's wood that they
that
need.
is, okay,
Yeah.
fine. Yep.
There should be news coming through then of the whole whatever the hell happened up north.
Yeah.
The gods and the elves all collapsing and everything.
That is definitely something that could be making its way through various gossip halls.
Yeah. Because I know there's that Elven Hold. I think it's Elven Hold. Over there.
Well, actually, Galen, you might. Actually, no, I'm going to take that back. This has happened since you were here last. So,
Yeah, I never managed to get to Elven Hold because the first night we got kidnapped and taken off somewhere.
Exactly.
I never managed to pop by and say hello. Which always
and I'm not promising that's not going to happen again. I mean, you know.
I know. We don't trust you. That's why I said if we survive whatever machinations you got here, then we go to the Dwarven Hold.
What if we kidnap you to take you to the Elven thing? That would defeat his plans. Kidnap someone who's already kidnapped.
Yeah, that's right. Old Blacksmith Road. That had a really good place we could manage to get some good items in.
Oh, is that where you got the bow
Got some
quiver
stuff.
thing?
And I think you and Fig Jam picked up a bunch of stuff there and there.
No, I figured I didn't pick up anything there.
You got the locket somewhere around here.
No.
Oh, good.
Big
There
Jam
are
didn't
a
buy
lot
any
of shops.
magical stuff.
No, you got lockets in this area though.
Oh right, yeah, crappy lockets
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
True enough.
Wow.
So, what do you want to do?
I mean, have we met up with Jotline? Otherwise, we find
No.
him first.
Actually, what word do you leave at the gate? Stoltheim?
I thought I had accidentally described it as I wanted them as in a wanted poster, and it's just badly renditioned artist versions of all of them.
All right. In which case, you're held at the gate.
I'm getting kidnapped.
What charge?
In Stoltheim, word is sent to you in the bathhouses that the bevy of wanted persons have arrived at the gate. What should we do with them? Since
Bring them here! Bring them here! Yes! Bring them here! Yes! It'd be perfect! Thank you so much for your due diligence. I appreciate you.
Yeah, so you're held up at the gate for a good half hour.
I was thinking, we had to go to this nice fancy bathhouse. And
During that time, the
looks like
soldiers
we just
there,
come straight from the road with all the dirt
Yeah.
and everything on us.
the soldiers there don't actually know why they're holding you up, so they're just nervously looking at your group and looking over at the wanted posters, wondering what it was that you've done as they grip their weapons a little
Go
tighter.
to we and go, what did we do last time? Did you blow something up again?
I have
Grim-
this big urge, like when they drop us off and like turn around to go the other way. Dyspeptic bowels.
I was actually wondering if your character was trying to remember, did I burn this city down before when I was
Yeah, it's
do
well.
they still remember that?
Well, I've never been here before, so it must be some, I don't know, some mistake.
Yeah.
Well, you're
I will
taken
start.
directly to the bathhouses.
Oh, it must not smell good enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Stoltheim receives you with his very fluffy bathrobes and slippers. I don't think you've
Yes.
actually worn real clothing for the last week.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh, my friends, you've made it. I've been waiting so long. How was the errand to
Wow,
the
you've been in
church?
bathhouse this long, but man, you reek. Well, what the hell's that smell?
He's tried every perfume on
Lavender?
the shelf, every body oil possible. You made
Scorpion clean.
you made fast friends with Dimitri, Derakeen from the north, who's decided to make the city his home for now. He is also a wizard. This is where you might have picked up a few spells. Do a little spell swapping.
Yeah. I learned fireball. So, how did the excursion to the forest go?
These are your friends that you've been talking about.
Yes, Dimitri. Oh, you guys, this is Dimitri. He's my new friend. He was another fellow wizard from the college area here.
Also, like he's darkly tanned. His black hair is just dripping with oils. He's basically nude except for a bunch of gold amulets and chains hanging down off of his neck. And he's just very casual in his nudity as he's laying here inside this bathtub. It's like, your friends, they reek. They look like peasants. Clean yourselves. Come. There's some sweet sands here. Scrub down. There's
Yes,
plenty
the
of room.
water's amazing. You should try Dimitri's famous back massages.
How big
Yeah.
is that? Like, is this just like one big tub, pool,
It's huge.
whatever?
Yeah. It's a public bath. Right now, it's just Stoltheim and Dimitri. He points to one of the servants. More heat. Make the bubbles rise in the water. Here, let me. Little joke.
Radnor takes off his robes and gets ready to get in and does a cannonball.
All right. You thoroughly douse the poor boy that's trying to build the fire. Dimitri's just laughing. He's like, good, very good. Yes, this is the voluminous one you were speaking of. Yes.
Yes, this is Radnar, my mentor. He's a very powerful wizard.
So tell me, Radnar, do you only eat or do you also cook? I can swap recipes, perhaps.
I cook, I eat, and I drink.
Oh, even better. Oh, enough with the fire. Bring wine. Bring some meats, some cheeses. You look hungry.
Okay, well, time to clean up, I guess, which means I start cleaning my armor, which I don't actually clean myself. I just make sure my clothes are clean.
Exactly.
That's fine. I'm good.
There's a
wizard.
sand bucket there, that you can clean your armor in. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal a line from Bruce Banner in the Avengers movie. That's my secret. I'm always hungry.
it's to back on such amounts of flesh. It must be true. Please join us. Your friend here has told me that you are newly landed gentry. I myself have no noble title. There are no such things where I come from. We judge our worth by the value in our houses.
Scribbleshanks, tell the tale that we have been doing.
Oh, gladly. I will regale us all with an interesting and informative tale of how we
That's how we
acquired
inflict
land.
revenge.
First of all, we had to get Form JC-79. Oh, what a hell it was. to get that
Hours
going
later.
correctly.
Dimitri actually listens rapt the whole time as he eats grapes, eats a bit of pheasant, drinks his wine, and he asks you questions here and there. Seems very involved in the story. Is it back in my kingdom, telling such stories is how we while away the winters. It reminds me of home.
Well, I would love to visit your home sometime and tell as many tales as I can, for I have many from my fine adventures. Though not all as absorbing as that last one was.
As Galen is rolling his armor in the barrels of sand to get the rust off, everyone else is enjoying some fine wine, some meats, some cheeses. Stoltheim.
Gotta take care of your weapons and armor, or they'll go to pot. Yeah, important.
What now?
Well, how long is it until the appointment?
Next week.
Oh,
It's-
still a
yeah,
whole week. Okay.
It's a week away. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have.
And it's not an appointment. There's a gathering, and your new barony, yourself and whoever you wish to attend as your retinue are invited.
Okay, so I explained that. Like in a week's time, we'll be invited to a gathering here since we're one of the new baronies in the area, and I've spoken with the nobles and got to know many of them. Mostly Dimitri. He's very good company. I dare say I almost want to invite him to take the keep up in the mountains so he's close to home.
But your Duke is very stingy with these noble titles. I found that I cannot buy my way into your aristocracy. Why is he merely a Duke? He answers to no one. Why does not he call himself king?
That's a good question. I'm
I
sure
look between-
Scrimbleshanks can tell you all about it.
I look between Stottelheim and Dimitri. Go, you can marry into it.
Ah, this is true. That is true.
Oh, you do that here.
Oh, I assume so. I hear humans do weird things. Actually, I noticed there's a place for dwarves, a place for elves, and I'm assuming there's still parts of the place for. They really have isolated the other non-humans right down to this core little place on the outskirts of the town, as far as they can. Haven't
That's the 10% of the population right there. They're all in one place. Yeah.
they? Just all the humans everywhere else, and just put all the non-humans. Just
Demi-human town, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, but to be fair, it's got the best eats. I mean, it just does.
Well, one thing we wanted to do was go over to see the dwarves. I don't know if there's anything we need to do here before we do that. Also, I wouldn't mind checking in with the elves here. See what's up with them.
Stoltheim, when you went to check in at the company headquarters, you noticed that there was a dwarf just kind of hanging around, having words there with the leader of the. I gave her a name. It's the understudy, and I cannot remember what I named her. I'll have to go back in my notes and look.
Robin?
Yeah, it was actually, or it was another bird name.
We'll drop in the one down in what's the name in Karamikos. Because I know she's got a few underlings over the place.
Yeah. They're all named after birds. That's all I remember. We'll call her Robin for now. There was a dwarf that was there having just a few words with her as you were coming in. Didn't really think much of it at the time.
Oh, there was a dwarf at the Green Company earlier.
Oh, they're probably not there now, though.
But, yeah, I mean, I've just been given a pass to come here and been enjoying my time waiting for the rest of my adventure.
Oh, you were not given a pass. You're paying out the nose.
I've been haggling.
It's like when your business sends you to a hotel and you try to hide those extra fees for the movies and the honor bar and other services you might have engaged in.
Okay, well, I'll start putting my clean armor back over my dirty body. Oh, let's go to the Green Company then and check out.
Oh, but I haven't had a chance to get washed yet. I was too busy explaining things.
Well, come on in. The water's great.
I look around for another pool somewhere else where I can go on my own.
The room is just one large pool. This is a private bath. He's rented the hall.
Private enough.
Yeah.
He needs the children's peddling pool as well. Otherwise, he'll just go under and never see.
No,
him
if you wanted to leave the room, you definitely you could go and find another.
Yeah, I could find another one and get
area.
cleaned up elsewhere.
Cleaning is mostly done with sand and pumice stones, and then the bath is mostly just for relaxation. It's not actually to clean yourself. So, yep, there we go. Yeah, so servants come by, giving you, asking if you need a comb down, if you need your clothes cleaned, if you need soaps, anything else like that. Let's say you avail yourself on Stoltheim's dime.
I mean, you can get good soaps from human fat. So I am curious what the soaps from non-human things would be like. I mean,
not a lot of fat on an elf. Orc should be good though.
no, but I mean, if you could, maybe there's an industry for fattening up elves and then like dyspeptic bowels.
Oh, it's like the geese, the finest. You sort of really stuff the elf to get the fat.
Exactly.
It's the whole branding. It's the unethically sourced elven fat soap.
Yeah, I mean,
So if
I mean,
I cast the reverse of dyspeptic bowels, wouldn't that be like really bad constipation?
It's like stuffing a turkey.
Yeah.
Radnar's baddest bloat.
I like it.
Unpassable gas.
I'll be
Something
really relaxed and I'll take a tiny bit of that substance I got from that guy in the spaceship and pass it around to my friends here.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah.
Dimitri will, in kind, treat you to something from his homeland.
Nice.
I partake of both.
Yes, they bring out the hookahs.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to split the party, but Galen would not stick around. He's just no interest in here.
That's fine.
Yeah, he'd go off to either the Green Company if it's close by. Otherwise, he'll go check out Elven Hold if you just want to have them go do something.
Well, when you check in at the Green Company's hold, Scrimbleshanks, you going with, or are you staying around? It sounds like Radnar is going to stay here with Stolte for a bit.
I mean, if I'm already clean, then no, there's no point in staying around. I'll have a look at this Green Company. Perhaps I will finally sign the page here.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this isn't the same place. I'd have to fill out all the forms again, I guess. Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
There might be different pins you can look at.
Oh yeah. They can get you on the company rolls and all that fun stuff.
I don't know how much Scribbleshanks wants to play it out, but it'll be an eternal battle of joining the Green Company. Yeah.
I'm done with that. I'm like, oh, almost done. Oh, we got to go and get away again. Never mind. I'll come back and sign up again next week.
So the board in the Green Company, it's basically your own jobs board. When people have come looking for folks, I mean, it's the first thing that you notice when you open the door. And there's actually some that haven't been pulled yet that are still posted on the board. A number of them actually. It looks like the company is either there's either a lot going on or the company is unmanned or undermanned here. So when you come in, Robin, who it's been years, of course, she's older now, human, recognizes Galen just off the bat because you don't really age. It's like, oh, it's been years. Not to be implied, but how many did you bring with you? We're suffering somewhat of a shortage of manpower right now. We've got several contracts pending. Are you available for a few weeks?
Sort of got a barony now up north. I completely forgot the name of the town, by the way.
Stockholm.
She pours through a bunch of paperwork on her desk, and
Stottelheim probably told you about it.
Yes, and I received the information just recently. We're to move the guild house there once suitable location has been set up and guild house has been built.
There are many guild houses all over the place. One in the city.
Yeah.
Are you? Is there are numbers down? Well, not that I would have an idea. But
Well, no, it's there's just been a lot going on. To the north and east of here, there Castellan Keep has been having some serious trouble, and we've been sending basically every guild member that's passed through. We've sent that way. They seem to have a handle on things, but we've been having other things pile up.
North and east. That's not in our territory, is it?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, Castellan Keep is Keep on the Borderlands. So they've been funneling adventures off to the Keep on the Borderlands for months now.
Yeah, we'll go do Keep on the Borderlands level 1 adventure. Woo!
The GM won't scale it up in the least bit. No, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that.
Nope.
There's no evidence of he's ever done anything like that for any adventures.
Yes. So there's a number of things. Some of it political. If you've got anyone of that bent in your party, we've got a few.
Stop behind me. Untitled does that sort of thing.
Okay. Well, you might be interested in the one. It is a little bit of a tricky point. So a contingent of Corelli elves have been petitioning the lady here to scale back on her logging as Penhalgion is starting to intrude on some ancestral grounds. They're still miles off, but the local elves are feeling a little bit encroached upon, and they've been very patient. And they've been every open court day they've petitioned for the logging to cut back or to expand more to the north and to the east. So far, their delegation has been they've been treated very politely, of course, and they're seen in court every month. But no slowdown. The logging has really happened. So they came to us asking for an intermediary between, as of course the company has the ear of the Duke. We can, in some regards, speak with his power on certain things. This is a little nebulous in this regard, though. But yes, so perhaps having a word with the lady from a guild member.
That lady, right? Not my lady, right?
No, not your lady. The lady of the city. Yeah.
Right. I was a bit confused there for a moment.
Arteris, as Lady Arteris or Arteris Penhalgion.
It'd be Artemis. Damn fantasy writers and their weird names.
Yeah, with as much what are they called? Accent marks and umlauts and everything else you can throw in. That's the best way to do it.
Yep.
Make it look interesting on the page. So yeah, they're asking for an intermediary with some hopes that some words from another source might help in their endeavors. There has been a dwarf from the strongholds.
We need to go to the stronghold, so that would be good to make contact.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what he wants. He comes in at least once a week, and he kind of pokes around, asks if we have any more professionals available. When I explain that our professional forces are currently being taken up, he usually thanks me for my time and says he'll check back, but he never leaves me with any details. Seems very hesitant to speak of what it is he might need without knowing that proper forces can be applied. So if you would like to look into that.
Does he have any contact details?
Yes. Although he should be back in this week, of course. But the demi-human section of the town, he gave an address, and she'll scribble it off, hand it over to you.
Galen rolls his eyes so hard that they come up. The demi-human part of the city, because of course that's where we all are. The demi-human part of the city.
He just left his first name, which is very odd for a dwarf. No clan name. He said he's Arion. From Highforge, seeking services of experienced adventurers.
Okay. Right. Well, both the elves and the dwarves are in the same area, I believe, because the city is incredibly racist. Janus is that one. So, yeah, I'm
They're
gonna check
on the
them
east
out.
side, though, which is
Yes.
the better side of town. So
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, it's not great.
Never mind that they're the closest to the wall where all the archers could definitely fire upon them if need be.
Mm,
Yeah. All right. So the Cleary Elf Session will be in Elvenhold.
Mm-hmm.
And did you say Aaron, whatever her name is, was in the Dwarven Hold, I assume? Because where else would they be? All right. I definitely want to go have a chat with them.
Okay, Stoltheim, where would you have sought lodgings? Are you just gonna sleep in the bunkhouse of the poor bunkhouse with drafty windows and cold floors, or you could be a big spender and stay in one of the fine establishments that are located?
Give them an idea about price, because when it comes to big spender and the green company, there's so much money falling out of them. Because at times you sort of, oh, I lost 10 gold on me. Whatever.
The most expensive place is a place called the Merchant's Rest Inn and Tavern. It is expensive, but it's very good. Lots of security. Most of the well-to-do merchants traveling from Derakeen lodge here when they are over seasoning.
How much is a night there?
10 gold.
All right.
That's super fast.
Second best is the Shadow Dragon Inn or the Angry Giant Inn. Both of them are, moderately priced, but they have the Shadow Dragon Inn has fair service and accommodation. Very popular with adventurers. The Angry Giant is excellent staff, excellent accommodation, moderate price. It is the best bargain in town. It's usually overbooked and sold out, but you could get a place there if you'd like.
I want to stay at
Second best, but
the
try
merchant
harder.
place.
Oh yeah, the Merchant's
'Cause
Rest. Okay.
I got some stuff I can sell, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Dimitri is definitely staying there.
Oh, perfect. Do you have any merchant friends there? I have a couple of trinkets. They're not big money items, but a couple of cute things.
Oh, he will direct you who to speak to,
Oh, perfect.
especially if you have magic you want to pawn off.
Yes. And trinkets.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, I'll go there for sure. Once I get all dressed and put my nice clean ironed clothes on.
Yep. In which case, we'll say that you guys have arranged to meet for dinner. Okay.
Okay.
The banquet hall of the Merchant's Rest, since you're staying here, and it's it's a good, very good place to eat. That's where you guys meet up. Actually, we'll call it lunch, since you guys got here fairly early. Meet up for lunch, and then from here you guys can decide what you want to do as a party. All clean, very relaxed. Radnar, it's very interesting. The drug that Dimitri shares with you both relaxes and keys you up. It makes you a little bit paranoid at the same time, but it's an interesting feeling.
Scrimbleshanks was on the last page. You give. Oh no, let's go to lunch now. So we'll come back.
No, we'll do this afterwards. I'm sure nothing will distract us from coming back here immediately afterwards. Yep.
I feel like Radnor, not having experienced this particular drug before, would get paranoid and cast see invisibility.
Ooh, let me a luck check. High, low. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Always high. Oh,
Do you
no.
want to spend a reroll? Up to you.
No, not for this.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing invisible that you see at the time. Yeah. Well, so there you go.
In fact, I probably messed up the spell and didn't really cast it, although it's gone from my memory now.
You cast See the Visible.
Yeah.
You are now absolutely sure that what you're seeing is actually there.
Hmm.
That is the effect of that spell.
Well, that'll be good because that means you can ignore objections because you want to see them.
All right, so you guys are together as a party. I just did this so that you can decide what you want to do from here.
Yeah.
I've got a whole bunch of plot threads. I was going to let you tool around the city for a bit before we go on to a more substantial
Okay.
thing.
I don't want to sort of railroad us or anything, but Galen would be saying, "Oh, we need to go help the Cleary elves and follow up with the dwarf."
Well, what do the elves need?
Apparently we've got people encroaching. People say the same sort of tone as rats encroaching on their lands. So that's not a good thing. That's our land,
So-
damn it.
They're just they're getting wood.
No, they're having wood taken from them.
Well, I mean the Penhalgion is collecting the wood.
Yes.
Why don't we offer them to do logging for us, and we can cut some of the profit and logs for our barony? I mean, we don't have a lot of.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't have tried for our barony in the first place. But no, that sounds a good idea.
It's further away. They'd have to tow all the logs all the way over here.
And
It might be inferior wood, for all we know, or demon infested, as we know it was.
It's also upstream. It's a lot easier for them to cut the logs here and float it down to their mills to the south.
Well, no, if it's upstream, then floating the logs down is.
Would actually still work, yeah.
Rednar has a brief
better.
concern that the loggers are assassins.
Well, they absolutely are. They kill
Yeah.
every wood they come across. Assassination with axe.
They're everywhere, man.
So yeah, so I'm in favour of helping out Cleary elves, and yeah, we want to. The dwarf guys sound like interesting. We need to talk to the dwarves at some point, so it'll be good contact. I don't know if you've come across anything, Stockholm, other than getting soaked in weird smelling oils and going to galas.
Well, I had learned that the lady here, Penhalgion, is possibly a little bitter that she doesn't have Duke status due to the history of the area. I'm still a little foggy, but I guess there was something that happened with the previous place to make this an estate, and she wants to become a duke very badly. And it's not
Is this
happening.
the woman whose sister we killed?
This is the yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just checking.
So
If you put the two
I
of them together, do they make a full duke thing?
Two half dukes do not make a duke.
Otherwise, I mean, nothing yet. It's just a waiting game for you guys, and then the waiting game for the banquet.
Okay, how about you, Scrimble Shanks? Anything you want to do while you're here?
I've not really seen anything exciting going on. And nothing's piqued my interest. I mean, I suppose we could offload some of the magical items that we've got, but beyond that, meh.
Dimitri says he knows a guy here.
I didn't fall off the back of the truck once. Rednor?
I'm just along for the ride. I don't have any agenda right now. I'm coming up with new ideas for spells, but I don't really have time to research right now.
He jumps every time a logger passes by.
You never know. Those are wily loggers. Shifty as hell.
That's what we're saying, but is you haven't given us enough plot threads, because I know the ones that we've got are the ones that Galen knows about, so you should be giving us more plot threads. But yeah, I'm sure they're trying to do something for the Cleary elves.
I mean, there's a lot more you can do. Like you had even mentioned finding out news from what's been going on over the mountains. Like, so if you visit the bar, you might be able to find more information going on. If you really wanted to do keep on the borderlands, that's out there. You can always get assigned to one of those crews. It's an ongoing thing.
Yeah. And I'm sure us trying to work something out with the Cleary elves to go and talk to the lady will in no way involve us in whatever the lady wants to get done to become a Jew. I'm sure that will never happen.
I have actually thought of one thing as well. Yeah, I mean, this is just an information gathering thing. While we're here, remember last time, or not last time, but a while back when we killed that noble who was werewolf hunting. Or sorry, who was a werewolf hunter. Who at the sword at the place where the lady had the sword that was possessing her.
Averone,
Killed a
that's
noble.
Yeah.
back in Stoltheim's neck of the woods.
Yeah, we never found out who he was. I mean, I'd just like to find out who he was and avoid that family. Really.
Actually, your character
had a
probably
signet
already
ring.
knows this. Yeah, it's you guys noped out of that. That was all the gallantry stuff. So you're okay here. This side of the mountains, you're fine.
All right, okay, that's good to know.
Right.
Just double checking that we're not going to have
Okay.
assassins
Well,
after us. Even though I
well-
mean, Radnor would spot them all instantly. But you know,
yeah, just because we haven't, we know that doesn't mean we don't have assassins after us, right?
No.
We've done so many. I mean, there's still that technically that Road Green company. I don't know if we'd ever wanted to do anything else with that. You know, maybe
And that
assassinate
red
after them,
company
but
that you keep running into.
yeah. Oh, let alone at some point I would still like to go ruffle stomp the bloody the pirates off to the west sometime.
so
But
many
that's
things, so
probably
little
that's
time.
way beyond Galen's interest at the moment. Unless we end up back over there, that's probably won't happen.
All right. Well, do you want to hit the elves first?
Yeah, let's go hit some
Yeah,
elves.
let's take
Come
care
on.
of that.
Yeah. Just in short, they don't believe that their representation is being heard. I mean, they're being, treated very politely. They've been given places to stay here, but it doesn't seem like the petition's going forward. They've been here for a good 6 months, by the way. They are nothing but patient. I mean, they live a very long life.
Yeah.
Make me an intelligence check, Galen.
Okay. Yeah. Meh. No.
Okay.
If they need any priestly stuff, also, let them know
They
that.
just need someone other than them to kind of put the word.
Because I assume we're at Elven Hold, so I think the
Yes.
other elves that know around in that place too. That if they need some priestly duties, I can.
They just would like somebody with perhaps the Duke's authority just to put a word in. They even suggest that if the logging operations were moved just a bit more, a few miles more to the north, it would not be as harmful. The thing you do notice, though,
Stockelheim's in big and good with her. Come on, let's go talk to her someone.
one of the things you do notice, though, is that it's not terribly pressing. Like at the current rate of development that they're explaining and they're kind of showing you maps, it will take a human generation before they actually encroach on true Kaleri territory.
Yeah, but you don't want to let them get that close.
Yeah, and they're trying to head off future problems. Is what the
better to
delegation
take care of it now before they become.
It's a blink of an eye for an elf, really.
Stoltheim is very eager and willing to help out with it, and even invites the elves to come and visit Stoltholm as it develops.
Making it a thing.
I mean,
to be fair, I can't remember the actual name of the city, so at this point it's going to become.
You pay somebody in all the cartographer guilds to just strike through Stoltholm and.
You can't remember the name of the place, but
oh yeah, I can't. I really can't. Yeah, what the heck was it called again?
Don't look it up.
I'm going to look it up. I want to. Stalinford.
Stalinford.
Stoltholm.
Stoltholm.
I mean, that's not that far off anyway. So it's not,
yeah. I mean, the thing about it is, if you develop it well, I mean, you are closer to the mountains than Penhalgion is.
Exactly.
So, like, if you could tap into that mercantile business coming down off the mountains, if you actually gave them a fair place to trade and a safe place to stay, it's not a current thing.
Damn Skippy, yes.
Yeah, I tell the elves, about Stoltholm and that we welcome all races, all walks of life, openly.
Except for lizard men. Fuck those guys.
Screw those cold-blooded bastards.
Yeah.
If you can't thermoregulate, we don't want you here.
Exactly.
I also speak in Elvish/Sylvan, because I also speak in Elvish.
Yeah.
And hopefully they're very surprised at how fluent I am.
Actually, you would be speaking High Elven, which is not them.
Oh, well, then never mind. I'd still be speaking Elvish, but...
You
Yeah.
insult their mothers.
Mhm.
Yeah, amazingly, there's like 500 different ways of doing that in High Elvish. It's just a regular thing that happens. Insulting inferior races.
They have
What else
regular
have
Your
considered
Mama
inferior races
contests
to
that
hire?
last weeks.
Yeah. So yeah, when would be the next time? When would be the next time that you have that you'd be getting in to see them versus we could go earlier, but
So-
like if you've got an appointment the next day or two, let's respect for that.
So the first week of the first month, court is held where people can come and express grievances or come to create treaties, trade agreements, that sort of thing. So that's nearly a month away. One just happened. Outside of that, any event where the aristocracy is gathering, you can always bend an ear. So that would be next week.
Okay. We got time. Right, we can make plans for that. Okay, we're good if you're going to take this on. Hey, have you heard anything about what's happening up north to the fellow to our high elf brethren?
Actually, they said no. We don't actually receive much news up this way.
Oh,
Check at the docks. News travels fast over the river. We don't frequent it often, so we don't get much in the way of news here. Also,
Yeah.
Calari elves in general don't like the high elves. I mean, it's not.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just thought one of the even out of sense of schadenfreude of bastards. Yeah, that's just sort of might want to check it, keep an eye on what's going on because I've heard that. Well, with what happened to Our Lady, of course, things are happening.
Hmm.
Are they aware that Our Lady has gone?
Actually, make me a luck check, Galen.
Hi. Oh,
Okay.
so close, but no.
So no actual clerics in the group here. So I mean, yeah, all elves, all Calari elves worship the lady in one respect or another, but there's no practitioners here. There's no priests of the lady in the group.
Again, that's one of the reasons why I offered my services is because there's not a lot of clerics around.
Sure. Yeah, they often suffer from diseases of the stomach from eating the food here.
Oh, Vendor can help with that. It's a brilliant spell he's got. And this is elves and magic users. They'll probably want to learn that spell, and then it will help a lot.
Awesome. So yeah, that's their problem. If you want to take it upon yourself to lend an ear or bend an ear to their issue the next time you're able to, they would much appreciate that. They will deliver the standard guild fee to the guild house once upon completion. Dwarfhold, you are able to find the dwarf that's come by, kind of just lingering around. When you mention where you're from, so it's Ariane is his name. It's like, well, yes, I'm in need of some strong arms and backs, folks that have done a bit of fighting, but honestly, he kind of looks around. There's not many people in the guild hall right now. He's kind of you guys are just having just as a good taker to dwarven ale and kind of like the open area on the first floor where guests are. There's a big roaring fire there despite the heat of the day anyway. Look, I'm of two minds of it. Well, I certainly need the help. I don't know if it's right to be sending other folks to their doom. I mean, paid work is good and all, but I don't know if I could handle my conscience of sending a group of folks to what's likely certain death.
Oh, I don't know if death's really been that certain for us. We've really done uncertain death.
Ragnar's like, oh, death's easy. You get better.
Yeah, so I was like,
You get better.
I've died
I'm
several
uncertain
times,
about
so
whether
it's
that's
fine.
actually a problem or not. Yeah.
Well, it's just that I was sent here from Stoneholm to the south and west a bit. There was we came upon some old domain maps of the Underdeep. But we mine, we explore. We were a vast kingdom at one time. We stretched from one end of the continent to the other. Even had tunnels that went beneath the sea. Beautiful, strong citadels, freeholds that we controlled. Mithril ran like water from a stream at the time. Anyway, the old days. I found a map showing the location of an old stronghold, not too far from here, still within the bounds of our area. We're not encroaching on anyone's territory. He kind of says that like you get the feeling that he's got a little bit of sore feelings about having to ask humans of whether or not they can dig somewhere.
Yeah.
But they sent the strongest part of my clan out to secure the location, to see what might be found: records, wealth, anything that could be used, reused, or if the location could be opened once again to the tunnels. Well, he kind of looks around, almost like he's embarrassed. He's like, we fell afoul of a dragon. An old, an ancient one, enormous, powerful.
Stadelheim's eyes just lit up.
Afraid to say, only myself and my brother were the only ones that got out of there with our lives. In the struggle,
You're not ripping off all the rings out, you bird.
the worm collapsed. The only tunnel my map showed into the stronghold. I'm sure there are others. It's possible that the dragon may have taken captives. It was certainly intelligent. But again, I don't know if the moral rightness of paying coin to send people to become slaves or worse by this ancient god, as it were. Back in those days, dragons ruled these areas.
So, if we win, would you want us to parley with the dragon, deal with the dragon in some more permanent basis?
Well, some closure for the clan, knowing if those souls are gone on to the reward or if they're being held captive, to release them, of course.
How long ago was this? And how long did dwarves live? I'm sorry, I don't know.
Months, hundreds of years, and what was the last question?
So you lived months, but it was hundreds. No, wait,
no,
the other way around.
no,
Right?
no.
Yes.
Yeah, saw that coming.
Dwarves are like fruit flies. They only live months, but they do a lot of living in those few months.
But actually, there is something that we would like to talk to the stronghold. The stronghold was the name of your hold, or was it just it is a stronghold?
It's a stronghold. He didn't say the name of the stronghold.
That wouldn't happen to be our name, the stronghold that's off that we want to parley with.
Oh yeah, that's where he came from. That's where his clan was sent from.
We'd actually like to chat with you about opportunities in our area. Actually, we although we're a green company, we the barony up north there, and we have some tunnels that you in the general sense used to mine, and that would potentially look at wanting to work with you to open back up again and get working again.
Yes, sure. I can introduce you to the folks you would need to speak to at that.
So yeah, so that would be for me more interesting payment, as it were, getting something like that happening rather than actual coin.
Well, yes.
Can be both.
I assume that if the dragon were parleyed with or defeated, there would be a great trove that, of course, we would.
Well, if it's as old as you say, Redmore, would you want to put much odds against it? Even Galen knows about old dragons are the worst.
I go. What do we
Ancient
know
dragons are truly fearsome creatures, highly intelligent, high-level spellcasters.
It's going to turn out it's just some pipsqueak dragon with a good PR team.
Exactly.
I mean, if that's what we're up against, we'll take care of it. But
Yeah, I would
Oh,
just say the
dragons.
options.
No, go.
Go.
No, you go.
As I say,
It's actually
yeah,
Gordon Gecko with an excellent special effects team. It's
I say the option may just be we end up bartering with it to get out alive and leave it alone, or make some other sort of system to just deal with them as a person. That might be the outcome rather than anything else. That would be not a terrible outcome, but that might be the outcome. Scribble Shanks, you were going to say something?
Pretty much what you were saying as well. We might not need to fight the thing. It might be bargained with or whatever.
Yeah, we're well known for our bargaining skills. Look how well we bargained with her up north.
Sorry, I can't do that again. The rod is out of charge.
Yeah. All right. So if you want to give us, how far away is this? Because we've got a thing like a week. Would we be back in time, or do we be better off waiting?
oh no, half a week on foot. It's not far.
But would we, given that we don't know exactly what we're facing there, but would we think we'd be there and back in time for the gala bit, or would it be like?
Well, it's
best
distance
case, we'd be
above
pretty-
land is not far, but it is very deep into the underdeep. It may be some weeks of
right,
of
So
exploration.
we need the gala first, is what I'm hearing.
So then your company is interested in my task.
Yeah. Lucky
do
enough
it.
to chance to meet a dragon.
And I am to understand that it'll be a week before you are ready for the undertaking.
Yeah, there's some other matters we need to attend to.
Well, that's fine. My brother is still convalescing. He should be decent enough to go in a week.
I
Okay.
should say at least a week. Because things might come up.
Sure, nothing will happen.
Like
Eh.
going to a portal to another dimension for years.
Like the Duke wannabe sends us off somewhere to deal with something that takes a.
Yeah, there's
We'll
that.
have to fight off assassins.
Oh,
Only Rednor can see with his sea visible spell.
And currently
Yes.
now, all assassins are from the lumberjack class.
God.
All right. So yeah, he said his bit. If you are interested, he's on your timetable whenever you're willing to leave. He doesn't believe the dragon's going anywhere, and either his folks are dead or they're enslaved. Either way, that's not likely to change in a few weeks.
I have some general items to do over the next week, then, so I don't know if. Sorry, over to you guys to do anything specific.
I mean, if we're going for the dragon, then maybe we should look around for magical items that can be used against a dragon.
Yeah.
A rod of control dragon would be
general
great.
shopping being one of the things.
Yes.
And,
Yay, shopping.
Doing the docks at various times, just going there to find out what's happening.
Yep, this is just what you want to do next sort of adventure, and I'm giving you a spot
Yeah.
if you want to unload some of your unwanted magics. You can sell it off.
No idea what unwanted magics we have.
I want to sell stuff.
Yep.
Scribble Shanks and
I'm
Stockman
gonna
did.
I'm gonna take the opportunity to get some scrolls made up.
Yeah, sounds good.
I have a couple of things. I have a fancy box that you told me was valued at 75 if I get it identified.
Okay. So the way we're going to do this,
Okay.
do you have? Are you particularly good at bargaining? Did you take that as a skill?
Yes, I have haggling +1.
Okay. So in this case, it's a. It's either a wisdom or charisma check, your choice, and you can have the +1 to that stat.
So I'll do charisma. So I'll treat the charisma as a 14. Success, high success, 11 out of 14.
Okay, high success gives you full amount, so you will get the full amount for it. A crit success will give you 10% more. A low
Okay.
success gives you 75%.
Okay, so I sell the fancy box for 75.
75. Yep.
All right, and then I have the goblets that are magical.
Hmm.
I have 3 of the warming goblets, and I have 2 of the cold goblets, 25 each.
You can do it all as one roll if you
Okay.
want.
All right, so he'll just buy those, and then I have the wand of magic detection. I just want to get that like identified and valued, and then maybe we'll decide on selling it
Magic item detection. Is this the one from?
earlier. Yeah.
From Aval. Yeah, from the Amber scenario. Is that one?
No, we just got this.
Oh, okay. So which one is it again?
It just says a wand of magic detection.
One of magic detection. Okay, give me a second. Let me look it up.
Okay.
It was in the house, I believe.
Yeah.
Because we've got a load of stuff.
There we go. 100 gold.
Do we just sell it? Or do we want to keep it?
Don't really care about
Now
it.
keep in mind, selling magic items, however much gold you generate, is experience. You
Yeah,
don't
I'll
get
sell
experience
it.
for magic items until you sell it.
I'll sell
What's
it.
the difference between a wand of magic item thingamajiggery and just spending 10 minutes and opening your eyes and going, oh, look, there's a magic
Yeah.
item?
It doesn't
Yeah,
take
so
10 minutes to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And of course, I guess we can do it.
Yeah. Anyone who
Rather-
holds the wand can do it. You don't have to be a spellcaster.
By we, you just mean you, because the rest of us can do the 10
Oh
minutes.
yeah, you can.
Yeah.
We non-magic users.
All right, I'm gonna sell it.
Okay.
So I sold. Do the goblets count as magical?
Yeah.
Okay, so I sold 225 gold worth of magic items.
No, you sold 300. 100 for the wand, 5 lots of 25,
Uh-huh.
and 1 thing of 75.
The fancy box wasn't magical.
Ah,
It was just
Alright,
worth
nope.
money.
It's a fancy box.
Yeah, it's
I
fancy.
thought it was a fancy magical box.
Nope.
There
Anybody
are
else?
spells and other systems we can cast on and make it look magical.
That's it from me. I just need to
I mean,
clear
you
out my
could cast-
inventory.
Continual light on it and then get rid of it. I don't
So
know.
just keep a running count of how much experience is going to be divided out. You get the cash, but everybody gets the experience divided out.
Okay, so 225 EXP
Okay.
to the party.
Yeah, keeping a track.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Seems it's part of treasure keeping.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to do that. I mean, we've got various things here. We've got a two-handed sword, which is +1, +2 against lycanthropes, which I don't think anybody's going to use.
I don't think I can use it. Well, I can, but it would be like the negative to attack.
No, the way that I do it is if your class can't use a weapon, you can use it, but it never does more than a D4. You're just not good at using it. So its damage is D4. You get the magic bonus, but it's still a D4.
No. We've got,
We can sell it.
yeah.
Did I give you a gold piece value on it? If
No,
not,
you did
I
not
can
give me a
look it
gold
up real
piece
quick.
value on that one.
Okay, so the lycanthropy one is going to be more because it's a specialty. What was the bonus aside from the lycanthropy?
+1, +2 against lycanthropes. So
All right. Okay.
oh, shopping montage.
Well, it needs to be done every once in a while.
Yeah.
So base 100, so 250. If you're selling it, you need to make the roll. You might be able to get a 10% more.
I'll make the
Can I
roll.
make a charisma roll?
Actually, if
Oh.
you're just funneling it all through Stoltheim,
Yeah, that's fine.
that's fine. He made the roll already for a standard price, so just take it at standard price.
All right. We got a shield +1, a ring of protection +1, a mace +1. Those are the last things.
Okay, so
from
if it's a
the last
plus
quest.
one with no extras, they're basically 100 gold,
All right.
100 XP, 100 gold each.
Nobody want those? A mace, shield, ring of
I've got a
protection.
+3 mace already.
Oh, there we go.
Ring of protection. Wait. I have a bracer of protection plus
Then it-
2.
Then it would stack.
Can I have the ring?
Mm.
Can you have the ring?
You have enough fingers for it?
I have a ring of regen, and then I have the lighter ring, which isn't magical.
Yeah, you can then. Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Yay! I'm not gonna die.
Yes, you are.
Oh, you can do
I
the fancy
mean,
thing.
it's less likely that you're going to die now. Yes.
You can do that fancy thing at parties where let me light your cigarette.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's a +2? Why is my AC a 9?
Because you haven't updated it properly.
I guess. Okay, so I'm down to a 7, right? Because it's base 10.
Yep.
I don't get anything from Dex.
Oh,
and
BX, I think starts at 9.
Oh, so then I'm
Does
a
it?
6?
I think.
No.
I think. Well, does it? I think. I
Thought
thought it
was
does. Hold on.
10 when I was doing my calculation, I think.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
for sure. BX
Well,
started
let's
at
look at
9.
that afterwards. and
Yeah,
work it
go
all
ahead.
out and yada
I
yada
might be
yada.
-4 AC then. As you know, my default comes from my chain mail, so yeah, it doesn't matter what. Yeah, it's my default starts. So yeah.
I mean, we've also got a pair of bright blue elven boots, which I don't know who claimed those.
I
But
took
somebody did. Yeah, there you go. Are you wearing
They're
them?
bright blue.
If
Yep.
we look at your feet, are you wearing them right now?
Yep.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go.
Gives me silent walking.
Excellent. What about your old elven boots?
They were
Bad.
just my boots.
I think
They
it
were
is.
elven
Yeah,
because
but they
I
were
had them.
elven, right?
I think
Because they
in
belong to
BX
you.
it is 9 because leather gives you AC 7, chain gives you AC 5. It's 2 better, so nothing would be 9.
All right. People have to change their ACs then.
Yeah, no doubt. I think
Yeah,
I'd
my
started
elven
at
boots
10.
were elven boots just because they were boots worn by an elf. They didn't have made them elven boots.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're worn by an elf. They're elven boots. That must be great.
Get your elven boots here. Just sort of going on the back, putting on the boots for a minute and take them off again.
Anything else to sell?
Not from where we've just been, really.
Um,
I'm assuming
Do
we're not
we-
carting around everything all the time from everywhere.
do we need a general Randall? You probably know. If we wanted to talk to a dragon, do they speak a particular language, or was it would common be good enough?
Well, some of them may speak common. I do speak Draconic, so I can talk to
Okay.
them.
An
Yeah.
ancient dragon probably has dozens of languages as well.
I have a scroll of speak language too, so
Yeah, which I gave you.
Mhm.
That's one person else thought we want to do as a mass thing. But no, if you've just got some people that can speak already.
You want me to talk to the dragon at some point?
Yeah.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Mm,
You
Ah,
just take them
okay.
or we run away.
yeah, exactly.
Ah.
So
Well, I
if you
did hear
remember the Great
tale
Company, we
of
wouldn't
my
do it.
great uncle. He had an encounter with a dragon. He had some sort of magic ring that made him invisible that helped him out somewhere along the way. I don't know. the
I hear he
details
was really
exactly.
great. Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Live long. He ended up going off with some of my people, I think. I don't know if I remember.
I don't know how it ended.
Yeah.
He didn't like me. I never met him. It was
Yeah.
too long ago. But anyway.
You weren't part of the gross. you been the gross one? Yeah.
All right, so if you're making spells to figure out scrolls, I'm just looking up our house rules on it. It's 100 gold pieces per level for the ink and parchments that it needs, and it takes an hour per spell level to make each scroll.
Shall I pump out some Cure Serious?
Yeah. Do we
That's
how
4
many
for-
spell like how much gold do we have available, or do I just need to not worry about it?
Fuck a ton.
Okay, so we're pretty good then.
We're
I mean,
doing
you
well.
do need to keep track of how much you're spending, but you do
Right.
have a lot of
Yeah.
gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, we're at the point where pretty much we can buy almost any minor thing we care about, but we can't afford towns or anything. We can't
Yeah.
afford a town mention.
Building
sort
an
of-
actual
in
keep or
between
a castle will probably be beyond your finances currently.
But pretty much anything else around town, we can just wander and say, "Oh, we'll have 5 of those things and get them delivered." At that level of comfort.
So is that it for extra experience in selling off magic items? No one else?
that's all we've got right now, really.
Do you want to invent some magic items to sell?
Well, the other thing is buying magic items. The way that I'm going to do this is tell me what you're looking for, we'll make a luck check to see if it's available, and then we'll see what they're going to sell it for.
Jameis, do I have 1,800? Do we have 1,800 gold I can spend on scrolls?
Richard's the accountant.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 1,800 on scrolls.
How much do we want to spend for Cure Serious Wounds at 400 a pop? How many do we want?
At least 4,
Hmm,
maybe 8.
8.
Yeah.
So that's 33,200.
Yep.
Another
Now
one of those.
keep in mind. Well, no, you're fine.
It's going to take me
Yeah,
what,
it's-
4 days to do, and
Yeah.
we've got a week, so I'm not too worried about that.
Is there like is there like a cloak of protection?
You want to really stack it on.
Oh,
Yeah?
you know one of those blimp cloaks, the ones that cloak or whatever the hell Rednoy is. Displacement.
Hmm.
You want to see if you can buy one?
Yeah.
All right. Well, high-low luck check to see if one
Always
is available.
high. Bam. Low.
Not available.
What kind of cloaks are available?
Well, do we want to blow a reroll given it's going to give Studdleheim better AC?
I have an AC of 6 right now.
Which isn't great, but I don't know what the rest of you guys are like. Mine's negative, so
I
that's not
currently have an AC of 5, so you know.
What's Rednoy's AC?
Mine is 5.
There you go.
Hmm.
I mean,
Or
it's never a bad investment to not get hit more often.
is there like a necklace of spell storing?
Spell storing. Woo. Make me a luck check.
Generally,
Hi. Hi.
All right. Roll me a d4
2.
and now a d100.
76.
Okay. All right. There is an amulet of spell storing. It'll hold it'll hold up to 4 levels of spells.
Okay.
amulet of AC as well.
Spell store amulet, 4 levels. How much is it?
Make me your charisma or your wisdom check, either one. With the
With
one
haggling?
higher. Yeah, with haggling.
Okay. So 14 out of 13.
Yeah,
Low success.
Okay, so we're going 475.
475?
Yep.
Oh, sold. Absolutely.
Do you have any other necklaces as magic items right now?
No, I have 2 rings, and the amulet now, and it bracers.
Okay. You can do 2 rings, but you can't double up in any other kind. So,
Right.
like, you can only have 1 set of bracers, 1 amulet, 1 cloak.
Okay.
Yeah, is there any other kind of cloak you can get that'll be useful?
Yeah. What kind of cloaks are there?
Roll me a d4.
2. We're keeping it steady.
Okay, and a d100.
76. Oh.
44.
4. Okay. Well, that's an interesting one.
It's always good to hear.
That's scary.
Yeah, so Dimitri sends you to one of his business
Back 3 times.
partners.
Mm-hmm.
Says, yes, I have this cloak. You see, it is a white cloak with the black spots on it. Comes from some unknown animal. It is definitely magical, as you can see with your special sight. I'm not entirely certain what it does, but yours for the low price of 350 gold.
Can I I can't identify it without time.
You can take the 10 minutes to magic sight it. It is magical.
Yeah. How much?
350.
Sure. Why
Oh,
not?
very nice, very nice.
If it helps out my dear friend
Definitely not made
Dimitri.
from Dalmatian dogs. Never. No,
Never.
no, some other animal.
Okay.
It's like a fur stole. It's like, very
Oh, yeah, I
frilly.
love
It's
it.
white with black spots.
Oh, I love it. It's frilly. Perfect. Yeah. Sold.
All right.
Bookkeeping purposes. What is
For
this?
bookkeeping purposes, you really love it and you will never take it off because it's cursed.
Yes.
But where style counts, your charisma is 1 greater than it.
Oh.
Oh.
That's not a terrible thing.
Curse
Not
cloak.
great.
Charisma +1.
Now we just need to give him that comb and it'll be stacking those bonuses.
Okay.
Give it
Alright,
a comb.
so I can just plug that into my charisma score now, right?
It's very specific circumstance, so I wouldn't
Okay.
put it in there. It's only when your sense of style would matter.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you're hobnobbing with the aristocrats or you're trying to make a good impression, would absolutely count.
Does it work like Rorschach's mask in that the black blobs on it form into different?
Yeah, they kind of move
perceptions going?
around. Yeah.
Nice.
It looks like a picture of my parents fighting.
Oh, you knew your parents. Well, that's
Yeah, that's a thing. Anyone else?
Yeah.
This spectacular shopping.
so many things, but I just
I've got so many magical items up the wazoo.
If you want to just see what's available as you poke around, and you don't have anything in particular in mind,
mean-
you're welcome just to roll.
do we know
Yeah.
anything about this dragon at all?
Get it. Bill,
Dragon.
make me an intelligence check.
You can
Galen can as well.
the only thing I'm sort of after, if it exists and it's not going to be cheap, is I don't really want to go higher than chainmail, but if I can get up then a +1 chainmail, then that'll be good. But I don't know. if it comes in any case.
Okay, well, you can make the luck check for it to see if it's available. Bill, give me an intelligence check.
Oh, yes, Billy.
All right.
Was that
Intelligence
your-
is an 18.
Okay.
Nope. Fuck no.
All you know is that ancient dragons are bad juju. You absolutely know they're spellcasters, and they're highly intelligent. Past that, don't really know.
Got nothing.
You also don't know the variety of dragon because he didn't say whether
That's
it was
why
like
I
a
was
red
asking.
dragon, a gold dragon. Didn't say.
Yeah. He doesn't have any information. We can go back to him and check and talk to him. Because
Well,
I assume
I
you're
mean,
sort of planning. where
That
to
is
go
why
and
I
stuff
was
in the
asking.
meantime.
Can we get a cloak?
Yeah,
of
actually,
fire protection? I thought
That's
was
just
annoying.
it. He
Yeah.
can't. The reason he and
Oh,
his
yeah.
brother survived is they were knocked unconscious when the thing attacked them.
Did it roar
like-
like it? Or like.
Wing Buffett took him and his brother out real quick, so he didn't get to see much of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I made the luck check for the chain.
Made the luck check for chainmail. Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yep.
All right. Roll a d4 and then a d percentage. Let me just see what's
Oh.
available.
2%. 381.
3. Okay.
So what do you got a +1? So if I can get a bit of it, 'cause I don't think, as in sort of the type of character I'm playing, I wouldn't go higher than chainmail. I just don't. Just not in character.
Okay.
Plays just
It's available. It's
expensive.
it's nothing. It's not nothing. It's nothing great. Like it's not got that very almost weightless quality of elven chain. I mean, it's heavier,
Oh yeah. Speaking
but
of,
still lighter than normal chain. So bookkeeping wise, there is a chainmail +2 available.
we did get those elves to send the chainmail stuff back down south,
You
way
did.
back before we got lost in the midst of time and stuff.
Way
Oh,
back.
yeah. Now we remember. Okay, yeah. How much is it? Because I can tell. I can offset it with the +1.
Right. So go ahead and make me that intelligence or wisdom check to see what it's going to be for you.
Stottelheim.
Yeah.
Come on, haggle.
Yes.
Come on, haggle.
If Schultheim is doing it, we'll just do it from his initial roll. I don't want to
Yeah.
keep rolling for everything. So just base price. It's a +2, so that's 275.
Is that with the minus? Is that with a +1 offset?
Yes.
Okay. Richard. Excellent. I'm now 1 point. I am now -4 AC. Ooh.
Nice.
And this is why I'm the tank.
All right. Does anybody else just want to see in general what's available?
Yeah, sure. Just tell me what's there. Just
Okay.
give me a random item of randomness. To
Roll a
see
D10 and
what's
roll a
exciting.
D100, and I'll tell you what catches Scrimbleshank's eyes.
Bam. Oh,
That's a rod of cancellation.
7,
Woo!
23.
So what was the first one? What was the D10?
7.
A 7, and then what?
Oh no! Wait, I rolled a 6. Apparently, I rolled 100 before and after. So a 7 and then a 6.
Oh, okay. Almost as if it were made for you. There is a helm that seems to be made of brass and gold and silver. It's although still very, very understated, but just elegant. That just seems to call to you. So what it is, it's a helm of reading languages and magic. It'll allow you to read any language, including magic. It won't let you cast magic, but it will allow you to read magic, as well as any other language. That's available. It's got a pricey tag on it, but it's available.
Of course, as a thief, you can read all languages anyway.
Yeah, I got to turn it down. All right.
No thumbs down on Jameis's thing, but
Oh,
yeah.
How much?
Yeah. What's the price there?
We'll
How much
go
it cost before
with
I...
Stolte interceding for you with his roll. 650.
I think we can.
650 gold.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep.
What?
So you want to get it?
Does anybody think it will be useful at all?
Don't.
What's your current chance of reading languages?
I don't have
Not a
one.
thief.
That's
I'm
right.
not a
Yeah,
thief.
that's right. Yeah, this is first edition. You're not a thief.
I'm just
yeah.
a halfling. These people keep saying, "Oh, you do all
It's awfully
this."
nice. It's an awfully nice piece of magic.
If you want to get all those weird languages that are involved, so you can read up on stories from other places to tell. You can read about this time you read this book.
I'm
and
more
other
verbal, as you have
No,
experienced.
you can tell the stories about the. I read this book in Greek and it was blah 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 blah. Up to
Pass.
you.
All right.
Up to you. Okay.
Bill, do you want to roll a random to see what might be catching your eye?
Sure. What am I rolling?
D10 and then a D100.
Okay, D10. 8.
Okay. Ooh.
D100. 84.
Oh. Okay. You stumble upon a back alley shop. Doesn't seem reputable at first. They've got a bunch of stuff up front that is questionably magic. You think they've been dweomered just to show as magical, like somebody cast a minor magic on them.
Would I be
But-
able to tell?
Yes, you absolutely.
Okay.
And when you call a shop owner on it, he's like, "Look, I've got one thing. I mean, I don't know if you'd want it." And he pulls out what looks like a very large ram's horn. It's curled in on itself a few times. It's got a brass bit to blow on, and it's got a brass rim on the other side. He lays it in front of you. It's my grandfather, you see, used to be in the construction business, and one of the things he specialized in was deconstruction.
Ooh.
And, well, he used this a few times in the field. Now, I can't tell you how many charges are left on it. I've never had it properly examined, but I know it's got at least one good charge left in there. It's a Horn of Blasting.
Nice. Nice. How much do you want for it?
Well, again, seeing as, I mean, it's kind of a family heirloom, but you look like the kind of person that might have deep pockets. And I got to tell you, business has been a little slim. Let's say 1,000 gold.
I was thinking more along the lines of 600.
All right, so we'll you're doing the bargaining. Let's have you make the roll, either wisdom or intelligence.
Intelligence, definitely.
Okay.
600, and don't tell people that everything is fake.
Or excuse me, it's charisma or wisdom. Sorry, not intelligence. Yeah.
Let me check to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that charisma is going to be a better stat for me. And it is. My wisdom is 11. My charisma is 14.
Okay.
So everybody loves the jolly fat man.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's not like? What's not to like? What's not to like?
Nothing.
Here we go.
Oh, moderate success. Okay. So he'll meet you halfway. He'll say 800.
I think we can come to an agreement.
Okay, 800. Horn of Blasting, 100-foot long cone, 20 feet wide at the end. Everything in front of it suffers 2d6 damage if it's like a creature or something, but if you're doing it against an object like a building, a fortification, it's just destruction. It's just destroyed.
So, okay, given what I know about this, if, say, we were in a cave or, say, a dragon's lair and I blew this, would it cave in?
It would drill a 100-foot long cone, 20 feet wide through the rock, or it would destroy the cave. If you wanted the cave to be destroyed, it would drop the cave.
Okay. I think that's a handy little piece of equipment to have.
And because I hate bookkeeping, roll a d6.
Okay.
Call that plan B for blast.
Well, plan A for awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can I spend a reroll?
Yeah, any roll you make. If you've got rerolls, you can spend it.
Because, damn.
You might add on, it might be like a d6 plus something charges.
Well, it's at least one charge, so it's going to be a d6 plus 1 is what it's going to end up being.
Okay, I'll make it one more. I'll make one more roll. Oh, damn it.
Do it
That's
again.
ridiculous.
Do it again. It's worth it.
Should I? Okay.
Yeah.
One
Get
more.
another one. Get another one.
There we go.
Ah,
7 charges. So it's only 2d6 direct damage when it's used against a creature, but against a fortification, object, a building, it's just destruction. It's just a blast of destruction.
Yeah, I dig it.
If it's magical, I'll give it a save. If it fails a save, it's just destroyed.
What we need now is a Medusa head.
Yeah.
Turn something to stone and then just blast it away immediately.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
I believe everybody has gotten a chance to shop then. So
Yeah,
there we go.
We're not that subtle, but we can blow some shit up.
Yes, you can. I think you are the deconstruction team.
Yeah.
So does everyone want to note down they've got 2, unless I don't really care if I have them or not, at least 2 scrolls of Cure Serious. I don't care if I have them or not, so if someone wants mine. So I can cast Cure Serious naturally. Assuming I've got the spell level.
I took 2 of them.
All right. Yeah, I'll take 2.
Actually, I'll go for 2 because that's 2d6 plus 2.
If only I could read this. I can't. Because never mind.
Scroll of Curse Serious. Wait a minute.
So basic clerical scrolls of protection and curing and healing, anybody can use. More advanced spells, you have to be a cleric to be able to use them.
Yeah, that's why I just went for the safe
Yep.
stuff.
Okay. thus end the shopping episode. We're about 10 minutes out. So we'll pick up the next time during your court scene where you can.
Did we want to do a quick bit of? We went to the taverns to find out what the local gossip was.
Oh yeah. So
that should be a quick info dump.
Yes. So there's a number of things going on. There, it seems like Alfheim, the kingdom of the High Elves across the mountains, has fallen. As there are a number of High Elven refugees that have been dispersed about. A few of them have made their way this way. Dignitaries that are heading to their way to Duke Stefan's court, you presume to find aid. The only thing that was really talked about, it was just a wave of orcs and worse. They were saying that the orcs were led by some demonic, some demon-like entity that seemed to be their war boss. They haven't seen a wave of like this since the orc wars of many generations of humans ago. That is why the elves there and the humans have a treaty at all, is because of the ancient orc wars. On top of that, you also hear a bit of history about this place. As I said, it was built upon an older Trolladaran fort, which itself was built upon an older, unknown city at the time. But during its first constructions, something happened in the area called the Vampire Wars. And
we switched to Vampire the Masquerade.
The reason why this bit of gossip is going around is because some of the working class individuals adjacent to the water there to the west of the Duke's Road have been dead, drained of blood. And so it's just brought about the gossip. People remembering the histories of the Vampire Wars at the time. Of course, no one here nor anyone alive's grandparents fought in this, but there are records. There are still folk tales about it, and so they're wondering if there is a resurgence of a vampire nest. Couldn't be much. There hasn't been bodies piling up night after night, but enough to cause some worry amongst those who remember the histories.
Galen wonders this is a leak from Ravenloft. There's been another incursion from there. That's where he knows vampires exist, as far as he knows. So maybe Ravenloft is inclusion.
Longshot GM asks, the dead are sharing the gossip. No, it's just some dead bodies have been found, drained of blood, and some of the gray hairs remember the histories of the area. Trolladaran history is mostly a verbal history, so tales told from one generation to the next. Remember tales of the Vampire Wars.
I would not be averse to wiping out. So if that's a thread that we could pick up on. Yep, that's easily. Yep.
That's pretty much the big gossip that's going around. Dead bodies turning up on occasion, drained of blood. And,
if there were undead bodies, Galen would be there already.
No undead, I mean, well, maybe, but there is a great deal of remember, 90% human and 2/3 of those are Trolladaran. So when bodies drained of blood show up, there's a they burn them quickly just in case. So far, nothing has started moving and walking again like it shouldn't. So that hasn't been a problem yet. So there's that. And the occasional high elf that has shown up on barges making their way to the capital city. They can only assume to ask for aid.
Here's an expression you can say to a high elf. That's a wonderful one of greeting. It's not at all full of swearing and yelling at them to F off and never come back again.
Yep. High elven negotiation usually falls like, look, you lumbering, knuckle-dragging monkey, we need your help. We demand your help.
We will generously let you help us.
Yeah. We will generally let you die in the first waves of our armies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much not liked by anybody. Yeah, there's that. All right, guys. Shopping episode, mostly to throw you some threads out there to see which direction you wanted to go. So, from what I'm hearing, we're going to just have a brief scene next time with a little bit of politicking to see if you can help out the Corelli elves in the area. If there's anything else you want to further your new domain with, that can be thought of and dropped in for the political maneuvering. Other than that, you're going to go and kill an elder dragon, sounds like. Or talk. I mean, you say talk. You say talk,
We say
but
that.
this group isn't really talky. So
At
we'll.
this point, I wouldn't be given the build-up of ancient dragons. I wouldn't be surprised if we just turn up, kowtow, and say, "Yes, Lord, whatever you want, Lord, tell us what to do."
Yeah, we'll go with that. Richard, you're streaming again. You got anything else going on?
I am streaming again. I got no hilarious joke for this week, so I'll merely say, come watch me play video games badly at LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now.
Limited
time
time
offer.
offer.
No vowels.
No
No
vowels.
vowels.
Or pants, but he doesn't advertise that. Dion, what do you got going on?
Well, when I'm not playing TTRPGs with all my super cool, awesome friends like you guys, you can find me on my channel at Substances Used, where I play retro JRPGs and do a lot of GTA 5 roleplay. We're I'm more than halfway through Shining Force 2 right now, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to see how that goes over the weekend. But yeah.
All right, Jameis, anything going on your blog?
Yep. Still got the old post going out there. A bit of a ranting about the game I'm playing at the moment, and my post tomorrow was inspired by Richard's gaming. So check out his channel on some vowels that's somewhere in the URL.
Cool. All right, Bill, got anything going on with the frogs?
Yeah, we're still doing my Lost City of Baracus. I believe we're up to session number 34 now, and I am running my Dwaro Deep campaign, not always on the same day. I believe our next game is Sunday, so get in touch with me if you are bored and want something to do Sunday.
There you go. Of course, if you found us, you know where we are, twitch.tv/Steam, Steal, and Murder. But a better place to find us is at BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com, because all the links are there. Getting into our Facebook, our Twitter, our Discord channel, all the good places. Good night, Longshot GM. Thanks for stopping in tonight. And guys, with that, I think, is there anyone up to raid? Lollygaggers are around. Let's just jump over there real quick. Let's raid them. So if you guys will hang out for just a second, we'll go ahead and raid them. They're playing some
Yay.
Hunter the Reckoning tonight. Great game. Newest version out.
I think I did Hunter the Vigil.
Wait, goodbye, everybody. Stick
Goodbye,
around
everybody.
for the
Good
lolly.
night, everybody.
Bye.
You know,
All right.
I have never, ever played a White Wolf game.
Ever.
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 Ever.